Hi guys, welcome to Be First to Copy. So as you can see here right now, this is a folder where Diffusion B download that file. Okay, right now I'm getting image and I'm using this model. Okay, as you can see around 14 GB the model file size. Okay, as you can see here, Diffusion B taking around 7 GB data. As you can see here, the swap use around 4 GB. Okay, I have 8 GB RAM, the 4 GB using. Okay, around 12 GB RAM right now they need it. Okay, so the both of you see that AI model, they have the same file size. There's a little difference, and the default one that we used first time it's around 2.5 GB. Okay, now as you can see here, I have shown that I'm getting this image, a rabbit eating cat in a forest. As you can see here, it's saying that how much time it will take to get image, around 14 seconds, one image. Okay, here you find settings. Here you can import models, so logs, can do some settings from here. Like here you can, a lot of settings are there, you can change it as you want. Okay, so let's come here. Here you see that right now it's around using that amount of swap memory, like that. If you go to CPU, it's using that much. As you can see here, the loads are the memory. As you can see here, image generated. As you can see, the image is really good. It seems like a real images. Yeah, it feels like it. Okay, it's really good image. As you can see, the settings I'm using like resolution, one image, and sampling steps is 2. Okay, and for sampler, I'm using KULR. Let's use the canvas. Default is still this one. So generate again. Here if you click there, you can see the time, how much time it will take to generate an image. Okay, remember that I'm using only 2 steps to create it. Okay, so it will take some time, and you can see here that how much RAM it's using. So it's not started yet. Wait, right now my laptop is really hot. I just only created few images and it's really hot. So right now the battery is 56%. A time is 1:1. It's a PM. Okay, so it's still loading. As you can see that I'm around using that much, so still is not showing anything. So it's it require around 13 GB of RAM. I can tell you that 13 GB of RAM that is needed. So I believe if you have a 16 GB RAM on your laptop, then it will perform well. You can get the images without any problem. So 8 GB of RAM is not enough for running this model, Flex Dev or CJ. And as for the making images, they will get a great images, that I can tell you, but it takes a lot of time. Just wait and see how much time it will take. As you can see here that how much memory it's using right now. If you go to energy, as you can see that how much energy is used, as you can see here. Okay, and disk, I don't see any kind of problem here. And network, it don't need internet connection, so we don't need to check here. But the memory, as you can see here, it requires around 16 GB of RAM in order to run it. Okay, and here so you can see the CPU also it using, but they are not using any GPU at all. Okay, as you can see here, it's saying that take 1 more minute to just get the image. As you can see here, the generation speed written here, I don't understand, but it's around, I don't know that. Okay, so it taking time. In that amount of time it will complete. Apart from this, here there are many models. You can use that and get the images the way you want. Okay, AI canvas, illusion generator, those are really great. And there are lots of AI models, and I believe that they are similar like to I believe this one. It's around with big file, and for running 8 GB RAM, it's really struggling right now. As you can see, my laptop is really hot. I can't show you. As you can see that the battery is discharging really fast. It's right now 55%, and after 10 minutes I believe that's gonna be 40%. My battery discharging really fast because it consuming a lot of energy. As you can see, we have the image again, and as you can see the same image. You can just ask another images like uh, make images. You can also choose a different lineup, like there are a lot of options are here. You can choose anything. So you can also use any other AI tool to create an image. Like I will just have an image like an Indian woman, uh, tradition, uh, tradition sari. Okay, right. I'm just gonna use this word. Okay, Janet. I will tell you that you use AI tools to create prompts, or somewhere prompt creator. Use that and then generate the image. It will create better image. Okay. So as you can see, I have given that prompt, and as you can see that it consuming the RAM, and everything is happening. If you click here, you can see that result as I told you. So it will take time again. Here you can see that there's option number of images. You can get more than 2000 images. If your laptop or computer is powerful, then you can do that. Okay. There's a in a Flex there's a highest around 1216 pixel you can use to create the images. It's a higher than default one, and after using this we're gonna use Flex Dev and see that how big it is. Okay, so again we are not seeing anything, the memory being used, and you can see my battery, it was 44%, is now 53%, only 2 minutes. Just wait how much battery to consume. So this AI model, the Flex, is around 13 GB RAM. So in order to run this image AI model, it consumes a lot of power, and my laptop is really hot. So I would not recommend you that you create images and downloading offline if you have a 8 GB RAM and a laptop, because it consumes more power, and that will just burn your battery faster. So don't do that. If you want to get images, use AI tools that are available like a Gemini, ChatGPT, and there are more that are available free. And also many of them are available free for every use. No matter what kind of image you want to generate, they're already available. You can do that. But you want for offline, then I would recommend that you should have a computer for that. I would not tell you that you should buy a laptop, because even the laptop you bought, that even high end, even then you will face the same problem. So buy a computer that is a powerful around 32 GB of RAM. That will be enough for you to create all kind of images you want. Even you can create videos there. As you can see that right now we are not seeing anything, not our images. As you can see here, battery is a 50%. Okay, so it's using a lot of RAM, because the file size is around 14 GB, and so that they're gonna use it. As you can see that the image it created. Okay, it looks good. If I say the beautiful woman, then there's a beautiful woman. Okay, so that's how. If you increase the steps, it will create the images better. I can show you that. If I increase to 4, it was 2 and 4. If I click generate, now as you can see here, it using around, as I'm talking about, like it's 14 GB of RAM. Okay, 40 GB file size, so it's gonna take that and run it and then generate the image. So it is need around 14 GB RAM just to run this model. You can do with the 8 GB or lower than that, but right now you see that it's using around 12 GB of RAM just to run this model. So it requires around that kind of RAM if you want to run that. So it will take some time. You can say how much time it will take, but I believe it will take around more than 2 to 3 minutes just to make that images. And you can see that 1% of battery is down, so it is consuming a lot of energy. I don't know how to see this, so I could have told you the better, but you can see that numbers, it's getting very down, and it is using around around 5 GB RAM. You can see the swap they're using it. So I'm using that 4 steps, so it's gonna take more time. As you can see right now, it's asking around 2 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes to generate the image. So So the more steps you increase, the better image quality you will get, but it will take much more time. And there's an option like flex dev. The default one I believe is 25. So in order to generate image using that, it will require around 30 minutes of your time. And you can see that one image can take you up to 20% of your battery or less than that. But you can see that my battery is 51%. Just couple of minutes, more than 5% of battery has been down. So it's consuming a lot of energy. So I would really won't recommend you that you use this one. If you want to create images and you don't have any option, then go online. There are Gemini, ChatGPT, and many other AI models that are available free and can create images. If you want it offline, then buy a separate computer for that, or server. You can just go for it, or cloud also is the best option. But doing on laptop, it will just consume a lot of energy, and you can't do anything. As you can see here, at least 8 GB RAM is not enough. If you have a 16 GB of RAM of laptop, it will work. So you can see that it still require around that amount of time. So just wait and see that how the quality of image we get that. Okay, I can only show you that how much RAM they are swapping and the RAM is using. Even I close that Google Chrome. Let me wait. Let's see in the Google Chrome I close that. Okay, let me close this one also. Okay, quit. Even then there's not major change, around 1 GB RAM less happened, but still it's better. So if you are using this model and you have a 8 GB RAM or 16 GB RAM, then close all application and only use this application. It would create faster images. So as you can see that it still requires 4 GB of RAM, and there are a lot of things happening. It's taking around 7 GB of RAM. It's a diffusion backend, so I believe that is AI model that is running, and that is a helper. There's a many helper. Now they are using GPU. Okay, let's see how much GPU they are using it. Okay, the GPU they are using around 59%. Okay, I thought they are not using, but they are using it. This one is recording this video, so that's why you can see the 50%, 32%, and this one is a diffusion backend using around 61% of GPU. I believe that's why they're consuming a lot of battery. I thought why it's happening. So they're 50% battery right now. Let's see our images. It's a better image. It's like real. Okay. Okay. Here you can save it. You can do a lot of things with that. Okay. So here you can choose a bigger option, but it will require much more time. I will go show you that the parameter I will put it at 2 and generate again. As you can see here, the RAM gonna use around the same, around 4 GB RAM, and as we can see the GPU it using around 30%. Okay, as you can see that. So wait just for a few seconds and we're gonna see the image. See that how much GPU that is using, around 86% of GPU that's using, and also the helper also using the GPU. So it's using a lot of GPU, and now it decreased because started screen recording capture, so it also using the GPU to run it. As for you can see the image, it's done. So this is an image in a, you can see here in action. If I save the image, okay, if I go to the desktop, okay, now save it. Apart from that I can't see much information about this. Okay, so these are 3 images I created. As you can see that different sizes, and if I cut it here, as you can see this image, this is a quality of image. It's a really good. We're gonna see the information about this image, get info. As you can see that the size of image around 2 GB. Okay, you can see the dimension here. So the image quality is good, but it consume a lot of RAM and the laptop. You can see here it just become 47%. Just a while ago, more than 10% of my battery is consumed. So if you use for only 2 hours, generate image generate AI model, it will consume all your battery. So I would recommend that if you really want to create images, don't go for offline. Use online, that's available free. Use that, and that's the best thing you can do for it. But you really want an offline, then buy separate laptop, not laptop but computer for it, because that's the best thing you can do. So thank you for the watching video. Meet you in next video. Bye.